Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Treating the Outdoors Addiction. My name is Randy Howard and I love the outdoors. Most of my videos are going to be me fishing or going on some outdoor adventure, but this one's going to be a little different. Hope you enjoy it and find some humor in it, and be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Enjoy. So everyone does it. It's a necessary bodily function to maintain good health. Have a BM. Poop. Shh. It. John Wayne. Dukie. Number 2. Drop a turd. Drop a deuce. Defecate. Crap. Purge. Evacuation. Poo. Or call to nature. Whatever you want to call this process, it can be a bit of a nuisance when you're in the outdoors, especially if you forgot your wiping material. For me, outdoor activities are a natural laxative. Never fails, I will have to make a deposit at some point during my excursion. If you spend any time in the outdoors, this has probably happened to you on one or more occasions as well. You're deep in the woods and it hits you swift and fast. This one isn't going to wait. You have to go now. You've held off as long as you could, but now it's to the point you're stripping off clothes quickly, and you're going to be lucky if you get your backside exposed before you fill your drawers full of pleasantries. But wait, oh no, you forgot to grab some wiping material before you left. What now? Hey, leave a comment below if this has ever happened to you. I would love to hear your story. Well, your options for dealing with this dire situation are usually dependent upon the time of year. If it's late spring, early fall, there should be an ample supply of green leaves that you can use, provided the area you're in has some underbrush with leaves you can reach. You want to find the biggest ones you can. Put a few of them together for strength so your fingers don't rip through as you're wiping. Now this technique should provide an effective cleaning. Just be careful that you don't use poison ivy leaves. You do that and you'll be wishing you would have just pooped in your pants when that itch starts. Ugh. Now if it's fall, early winter, there will be many leaves on the ground that you can use. And most of these leaves should still have some flexibility to them. So you can just use them like green leaves. Put a few of them together for strength and put them to work. Now late winter, early spring can be a little tricky. No green leaves to be found. And most leaves on the ground have dried up, started to decay. If you search hard, you might be able to find some that you can use. But be careful, because if the leaves you pick are too far gone, when you wipe with them, they will crack and crumble, leave you with a butt crap full of poop mixed with decaying leaf particles. Not cool. And your digits on your wiping hand, well, they'll be ready to do some finger painting. At this point, you've been better off not making a wiping attempt at all. Now this is the time of year when you can take your knife, provided you didn't forget that also, and cut off your underwear and use it for wiping material. Just cut them on the outside of each leg. Then you can pull them out between your legs, and now you have the perfect wiping material. Provided you didn't wear your mesh panties or your thong. Hate it when I do that. And I would much rather free ball at any time as opposed to finishing out my day with a poopy bunghole. If you forgot your knife, you could strip all the way down to get your underwear off, but that would really suck if it's freezing cold or wet out. Another option would be to remove and use one of your undershirts if possible. Now, if there's snow on the ground, you're in luck. Simply make a beautiful snowball to wipe some big brown streaks on. Yes, This is a little chilly on the anus, but it is effective. If you're near water, you can just use your fingers with the water. After you get your pooper spick and span using this technique, you can then use the water with some sand to wash the stank off your fingers. I've used this many times in the past, and besides leaving you with a wet butt crack, it works very well. For me, personally, provided I brought the proper wiping material, I enjoy leaving a big brown pile in the woods. As you should be able to tell by now, I'm overly experienced in this situation, and I've used all these methods that I've talked about. So if you have to take care of business in the outdoors, here's some tips that might make the experience less miserable for you. The obvious one is, always have proper wiping material with you at all times. Oh, better be careful waving this highly sought after item around. Good way to get mugged. It's best if you have a small tree you can hold on to while you're squatted, especially if you're uncoordinated. Would not be good to lose your balance and to fall back into your steamy creation. Also, direct your exit hole downhill if you're on a slope, for obvious reasons. Make sure you clear a spot. Believe me, it does not feel good to squat down onto a stick or small tree protruding up from the ground that you didn't see. There is a lot that can go wrong in that scenario. Make sure your pants and other garments that you've pulled down are cleared from the landing zone. If you are wearing a belt and have anything on it, like a knife, take it off your belt. I pinched one off one day in the woods, and when I stood up, the weight of the knife on my belt pulled the belt through the loop on my pants, and the knife slid off the belt, and you know right where that landed. The brown case that knife was in took on a whole new color of brown that day. And needless to say, that case stayed in the woods after I carefully removed my knife from it. If you have to drop a loaf while hunting, keep your gun within reach. I had a big buck walk in on me one day while I was midway into a Mother Nature call. My gun was propped up on the tree out of reach, and that buck stood there 20 yards looking at me while I was bare bottom, squatted down with my pants around my ankles. And then he just casually walked away. Was the only deer I saw that day. Never did that again. As a matter of fact, about 5 years ago, I bagged a big doe while I was in the middle of a number 2 performance. My gun was in reach, and I was able to get off a good shot with my pants still down and my full moon showing. After defecating, it is also a good idea to secure any loose clothing and carefully step away from the danger zone before you decide to redress. This will prevent any articles from clothing from coming into contact with the biohazard material that you have created while you're putting them back on. So I was going to demonstrate proper wiping technique with a snowball for you, but as you can see, we don't have any snow. So I crushed up some ice and made a snowball with it. My evacuation is complete. Whew, stanky. It's out to wipe. Ooh, very cold on the anus. Feels like I should have done a better job of crushing up the ice. For my snowball has some sharp edges. Feels like I could break skin if I apply too much pressure. But, as you can see, it was effective. Looks like I've been eating too much spinach. Looks like poo. Smells like. Pudding. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my video, Dukie in the Woods. If you have any Dukie stories you would like to share, please comment below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching my channel. treating the outdoors addiction. Have a great day.